Imagine pulling one thread from a tightly woven net. At first, it doesn't seem like much, but as you keep pulling, the whole structure unravels. Coral reefs are one of these threads, connected to far more than just the ocean. I'm here today to talk about something most of us overlook: how issues that seem distant actually reach right into our lives, no matter where we call home. Take 2 deep breaths. At least one of those breaths came from the ocean. Coral reefs and marine ecosystems produce over half the oxygen on Earth. Even here in Texas, hundreds of miles away from the nearest coastline, every breath connects us to the sea. The question isn't whether we feel the effects. It's how much we're willing to lose before we do something about it. Last summer, Texas experienced record-breaking heat for weeks on end. Many thought it was just a local issue, but in reality, it was part of a global shift driven by warmer oceans and disappearing coral reefs. When I visited Marine Lab in the Florida Keys, I saw firsthand how losing coral reefs would make summers warmer, storms stronger, and resources scarcer, even for those living deep in the heart of Texas. Without reefs helping regulate our climate and reduce carbon, these extremes become the new normal. Reefs touch all of these things, whether we realize it or not. Now imagine waking up one morning and finding out something essential to your way of life, your food, your home, your job, was slowly disappearing. Not in some distant future, but right now. Imagine watching your grocery bill climb higher and higher as fish populations collapse. Imagine watching a place you once loved, a beach, an island, a vibrant ocean, and seeing nothing but lifeless water where color and life once thrived. And yet, we often don't see the urgency. Why not? Maybe because coral reefs aren't on the sidewalks we walk every day. Maybe because coral reefs aren't something we physically touch or use in an obvious way. But what if we did? What if, instead of vanishing beneath the waves, coral reefs crumbled in the streets in front of us? Would we care more then? Would we fight harder? This isn't just an ocean problem. It's a people problem. It's a problem for families who have to choose between food and other necessities. It's a problem for communities who will be swallowed by stronger storms. It's a problem for people who will lose their livelihoods, their homes, their histories. And not just these people. It's a problem for all of us who will wake up one day and realize we stood by while the world unraveled, one thread at a time. But there's still time. Time to care, time to act, time to refuse to let coral reefs fade away in silence. We can start small, choosing products that don't harm coral reefs, reducing our carbon footprint, speaking up when others don't. The thing about coral reefs is they're just one example of this universal truth. In our interconnected world, no issue is truly distant, and no action is truly insignificant. My coral reef story is important, not because of what it tells us about marine ecosystems, but because it reveals a fundamental truth about our world. The illusion of distance is just that, an illusion. We are all connected through threads that weave across geography, across time, across differences. And beyond that, we need to recognize that this principle of far-reaching impacts gives us both power and responsibility. So I leave you with this. What threads will you pull? What connections will you honor? What distant issues will you bring close to your heart? Because in a world where everything affects everything else, indifference is no longer an option. And neither is the excuse that anything is too far away to matter.